President Trump says Flynn should ask for immunity in Russia witch hunt. Donald Trump's former national security advisor Michael Flynn is reportedly willing to testify about the Trump campaign's ties to Russia in exchange for immunity from prosecution. And the president said Friday that it would be a good idea. Mike Flynn should ask for immunity in that this is a witch hunt, excuse for big election loss, by media and Dems, of historic proportion. Trump tweeted. Flynn, who resigned as Trump's security advisor after just 24 days, has sent a request to both the FBI and the House and Senate Intelligence Committees, saying he would testify if the government guarantees that it would not prosecute him, The Wall Street Journal reports. The agencies have not yet taken Flynn up on his offer, according to officials with knowledge of the matter. General Flynn certainly has a story to tell, and he very much wants to tell it, should the circumstances permit, said Flynn's attorney, Robert Kellner. Kellner said no reasonable person with legal counsel would answer questions without assurances that he would not be prosecuted, given calls from some members of Congress that the retired lieutenant general should face criminal charges. Flynn's ties to Russia have been scrutinized by the FBI and are under investigation by the House and Senate Intelligence Committees. Both committees are looking into Russia's meddling in the 2016 presidential election and any ties between Trump associates and the Kremlin. His decision comes after he told NBC's Chuck Todd last year that anyone who seeks immunity has probably committed a crime. He made the comments in relation to former Hillary Clinton staffers being granted immunity as the FBI investigated her use of her server when she was Secretary of State. The very last thing that John Podesta, Clinton's campaign chairman, just said is no individual too big to jail, that should include people like Hillary Clinton, he said. I mean, 5 people around her have been given immunity, to include her former chief of staff. When you are given immunity, that means that you have probably committed a crime. Flynn's resignation in February came after reports emerged that he misled White House staff on his interactions with Russia and discussed sanctions with the Russian ambassador prior to the inauguration. Since July, the FBI has been conducting a counterintelligence investigation into Russia's interference in the election and possible coordination with Trump associates. The Justice Department had warned the Trump administration about Flynn's contacts with Russia weeks before he was forced out. Government officials supposedly informed the White House because they were concerned Flynn could be vulnerable to blackmail by the Kremlin. The top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee said on Wednesday that the panel will get to the bottom of Russia's interference in the 2016 election. Sen. Mark Warner, the Virginia Democrat and vice chairman, and Sen. Richard Burr, the committee's Republican chairman, addressed reporters ahead of their panel's first hearing on Russia. The stakes for the Senate investigation have been heightened given the disarray in the House investigation into Russia. Democrats have called on Rep. Devin Nunes, the Republican chair of the House committee, to recuse himself over his close relationship with the Trump White House. Burr says the Senate committee has contacted 20 individuals about sitting for interviews. Among them is Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and senior advisor, who has acknowledged meeting